Alright, hey guys, Fatal Ferret here, back to bring another Ferret's First Take. Now today, we're going to be looking at a volume that's been out for a little bit, but I've been just meaning to do a video on it. It's Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Now, I'm going to be honest, when I first bought this volume, the anime had just come out, and I hadn't watched any of it yet, but, all the Hestia hype was kind of going on, and that was making its rounds on the internet. And for some reason, I didn't really think I was going, not like this series, I guess to say, but I didn't think it wasn't something I was keen on getting to. I had it for a few weeks before I finally got around to actually reading it, which after I read it, and after I finally sat down and read it, I realized how dumb that was, because I really actually enjoyed the series a lot. So the setting is sort of your standard, that fantasy backdrop where you have, there are dungeons in this world, and basically, under this city, and they have to clear them, and they fight them for money and gold and stuff that the little gem things they get from them, and that's kind of that basic gist of that. So it's got that very RPG type world feeling to it. But then it adds in some unique characteristics that I thought made the setting different, and I thought made it interesting. And so it added this, basically, to get the people that have these special powers, they work under or are part of a familia, which they work for a goddess, and that sort of thing. And so basically the main character works under a goddess, and he's the only one in her familia. So they are a very small group. It's just them two. The main character's name is Bel, or Belkin, and they have to, basically it's his sole job basically to try to provide and grow their familia, while his goddess actually also does side jobs just to try to help them get by. And so it's kind of the standard thing where the main character seems to have this mysterious power, and he's got a bit more of a power up than everybody else does. So that was kind of how that goes. But the thing that I liked about this was I liked the way it set up the characters. I thought the characters, well, not being necessarily super unique, they were refreshing. Hestia, you kind of see all the memes about her, and you almost get a wrong feel for how her personality was. I was really surprised once I finally started reading her parts in the book. I was like, wow, I like her. She's a funny character. I actually enjoyed her parts. She's a big boobed lolly, yes, but that's not. She doesn't have the big head dumb lolly thing like a lot of those characters have. And so I liked Hestia a lot more than I thought I was going to, and not just for the knockers, as a lot of people have, because we have all seen Hestia, of course. But yeah, she was an enjoyable character. Bel was also interesting in that he doesn't have that anti-hero feel, but he's got that dark hero feel kind of thing, where he seems almost too keen on becoming stronger, and you can see, I can almost imagine that becoming a problem at some point. And so I really liked it. I liked the setting. I liked the thought of they're basically kind of like guilds, with masters. Instead of guild masters, you have the god or the goddess, stuff like that, and you go down and you fight the monsters in the dungeon and stuff like that. So like they said, there are other groups and familias instead of the guilds. It's familiars. That's kind of how I almost see it in my head. It's kind of got that vibe to it. And so basically, the more monsters you fight, the more your god or goddess can helps you power up. Basically, that's a dumb way to say it, but that's kind of how it works. They have at least Bel has runes on his back and stuff. And so he is progressing at a scary rate, and he's also got a special treasure, which is not common. And so basically, in this first volume, we almost start to see, you meet some other goddesses, and you start to see maybe he might be a sought after and coveted commodity. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. And then it's got your standard love interests, where Bel falls in love with a powerful woman, dungeon person that from another guild kind of thing. So I'm interested to see how it goes. It's set up a very nice layer of, a little bit of lore, a little bit of world building. It's got a nice world to expand into, so that's really why I enjoyed it a lot. So I would definitely, this gets the Ferret seal of approval. It sounds dumb to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. And so that's kind of what it gets for me. I liked it. I'm really looking forward to the next volume coming out, which this is a little late. This didn't come out as soon as I wanted it to, but I was surprised. This series wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I was just thinking, you know, big boobs, girls, guys, and, you know, picking up 1 million girls in a dungeon, which it might turn into that at some point, but maybe the book will be able to do it well. So anyway, guys, this has been just a quick Ferrets first take, or my first take. I don't know why I said it like that. It was a little dumb. So my first take, if it's around to pick up girls in a dungeon. This is by this has been released by Yen Press. 13 MSRP, but go ahead, look around. You should be able to find it cheaper than that. As a rule, I always look to see if I can get a manga 35% off list price, because you usually can. And so if you can get around that 30-35, I encourage you to do that, because that is a price that is out there. You just sometimes gotta look for it a little bit. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you back on the prowl next time. Bye-bye!